So apparently I got called out, right? So apparently one of the notorious PlayStation Fanboy channels right there next to JTech TV, King Thrash Gaming, and some other various Twitter PlayStation channels and all that stuff. Apparently one of them commented on my video. And so instead of actually doing like some actual thorough or intellectual commentary, he proceeds to do the whole basic, oh dude, you guys are actually doing this, you guys are stalking Walmart to prove this article wrong that a lot of PlayStation fanboys just up and agree with. Because instead of actually doing any like thorough research, these guys will actually take a article that use a Reddit post, like multiple Reddit posts, to fuel the console war narratives that Xbox is dying, PlayStation won, you guys are just coping, Steven, and all that stuff. So instead of like, doing some actual journalism, or criticizing some people that actually did some actual journalism, because that's exactly what they did. Because they just, instead of like, hey, you guys are just cultists, you guys are acting weird, you guys are just doing the most over a box that's gonna die, which again, Jay Barr himself said, and you guys can look at his Twitter feed to literally see that. Because he follows extreme PlayStation fanboys like J-Dub, like Thrash, who compared piracy with slavery, and also JTech TV, who also made a video about Xbox not being sold in retail stores. So I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you right here. So here's JTech TV that went to his local Target to see if they was still selling Xbox accessories and Xbox products, and it turns out they was, because there was a console right there down below, and there's also some of the Xbox games that are being sold by cards, which, if you guys know, everybody from every company out there is selling things digitally. A lot of people are being done with physical games. A lot of companies are being done with physical products, because a lot of things are digital now. Everything is becoming more streaming wise. Like if you guys look at the music industry, a lot of them is streaming, downloads, all that stuff. They don't really sell CDs like they used to, or they don't sell records like they used to. You probably get it from like the clearance section and in the music store, at Walmart, at Target, or any other retail store that may sell CDs. Everybody's doing things digitally now. But because I actually did something out there to just prove people wrong, because these people was going all over social media and spreading a false narrative, and until you guys retract that false narrative, from Porter Rock to Thrash to JTech to all you notorious PlayStation fanboys, or even got some guys that was probably former Xbox fanboys like the Tim Dogs that just went along with the Reddit posts, because this James Lucas guy that wrote the article, he said alleged workers that work at Walmart and Target. And they say, see, we guys are telling y'all that Xbox is not making a new hardware. Dude, they literally have a partnership right now with AMD for the next generation Xbox hardware. The same thing with the PlayStation with the PS6. They got making new hardware. The AMD CEO said, yeah, we're working on this with Microsoft and Xbox to create the next Xbox hardware. But y'all don't believe that. So let's go ahead and see what he says.
He definitely stopping right here, because probably in this section.
And not to mention, people think like, oh, you just stalking. Dude, you ain't think... Bruh, the fact that people was blowing this out of proportion because of a Reddit post. So here's the thing: when I go on my lunch break from work, because I go on my lunch break by 11 or 11:30, right? I usually go to Walmart to get something to eat, get something to drink, get some snacks. So I was like, you know what? As I'm here, let me go ahead and just check this out, because a lot of people are believing this Reddit post. So people just thinking like, oh, I'm just stalking Walmart. First of all, you don't really stalk Walmart. Walmart is a open public store. That's not stalking. You guys don't know what stalking is. So while I was, like I said, I was at Walmart getting my lunch, getting some snacks, something to eat before I go back in. Again, just did the whole, hey, let me go ahead and just, check this out to see what, what they saying over here. Because it, intrigued my curiosity. But turns out they was lying. Turns out Xbox is still being sold in Targets. They're still being sold in Best Buys. They're still being sold at Walmarts. Costco may have dropped them because Costco wanted to lower the price of the Xbox Series because Microsoft raised the price. And Costco's like, yo, we're trying to give a discount here for our paid memberships, our paid members that want to shop here. And we can't do that because you guys are raising the price. So because of that, now all of a sudden, Costco dropped them. You know what? I already know a lot of people that go to Costco to buy, video game consoles or video games in general. I already know a lot of people like that. They go to Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, Target, GameStop. Those main 5 places. I don't know anybody that goes to a Sam's Club or a Costco to buy a gaming console. So, let's go on with this video.
There's no Xboxes over there.
You guys see that right there?
Oh, so here's the thing. I really should have showed the PlayStation section over there because they only had like 2 or 3 PlayStations, PS5s. The one section that had the most video game consoles there was Nintendo Switch. They wasn't even selling Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. They was mainly selling the Nintendo Switch 1 consoles. I should have did that. That's one thing I really should have done. I should have showed like the PlayStation section and say, yeah, there's only 2 or 3 PlayStation consoles here.
Yeah, I quit that was. Now let me see. What are you gonna show now?
You guys see that?
I'm showing that they still selling Xbox accessories and Xbox consoles there, which I did right here.
Yeah, we're looking, brother.
These same people are saying Xbox is not selling consoles anymore. Walmart is not selling.
Why you not showing the whole aisle? Why he stopping right here?
That is the aisle.
They got 2 Xboxes in there. 2 Xboxes. Great job.
And let it be known, Jay Barry is in this channel, along with his other co-host, Persona, is a notorious PlayStation fanboy channel. Anything PlayStation does is good. This is his channel, just letting you know.
Walmart is not selling consoles anymore. They're still selling controllers. You see right there, they got the Xbox Series X, the one.
Hold on.
You see right
Damn, we still ain't get a glance. This man cropping is on point.
there, they got the Xbox.
It's not about cropping. I was just showing what they got.
Series X, the 1 terabyte one.
1
Still
terabyte.
selling controllers.
Yeah. How did this video help? Technically, it proves that Xbox is in Walmart. I give you that.
Okay.
But how is this helping the argument that Xbox is still flourishing in these retailers?
That wasn't the argument here. That's not the argument, bruh. The argument is, oh, they're dropping everything. That's what from these Reddit posts have been saying. If I could just go ahead and pull it up real quick. So this article right here, for what a lot of PlayStation fanboys and a lot of Xbox detractors have been using, Target and Walmart are pulling their Xbox stock according to alleged staff. Alleged staff. This is the article that you guys are using to say, see, this is why you guys should have bought a PS5. Well, no. PC is the way to go. It really is. I got my Asus raw. I got my Asus raw. I got like right here. I got my PC right here. PC is the way to go. Okay? Not PlayStation, because the PlayStation games are coming to PC anyway. I got a couple of them I bought on Steam and GOG already. So, this is the point here. They're saying like, oh, they're just immediately just, getting rid of the Xbox stock and replacing it with something else. Here's the thing. Gaming is becoming more digital. And we all know this. The next Xbox console is probably going to be, which is going to be a PC hybrid. It's going to be all digital. It's not going to be freaking a disc driving thing. Because a lot of games right now that Xbox is selling is all digital. So with this article that you guys are using to console war, and a lot of channels like me, VG Fight School, shout out to him. I gotta give a shout out to VG Fight School. Because you guys are spreading this lie to get some views, because here's the thing. Xbox Dead videos and Xbox Dead posts get all the views out here. Not people that actually want to do some actual legitimate journalism. Saying that a brand is dead or a brand would be better off just going away gets more views than doing some actual journalism. That's where we at right now. Want a brand to just up and disappear is what's getting the most views, and a lot of people are pushing that narrative. They're saying, oh no, we're just doing it for laughs and clicks, but you're also spreading the lie. It doesn't help your point, your narrative doesn't help your channel, doesn't help your post, that you are purposely spreading the lie. So to say like, oh, it's just fun and games, but you guys are spreading the lie.
You got 2 consoles, barely any controllers. Not even Xbox fanboys is picking up these controllers. Everybody know these are the cheap ass controllers that you make your little cousin play with, thinking that he's connected to the game.
Is there supposed to be some sort of dub here? Because some controllers are cheaper? Oh, let me guess, you probably get the $150 controllers each and every time they sell them, right? Yeah, because you obviously balling. So I imagine.
We got the controllers. Oh, you got the games right here.
Yo. Oh man. This yo, I'm on Punk. Is this Punk? I'm being punked, right? This is a troll video. This is a troll video. The man said, look, oh look, there's games right here. Nintendo Switch 2 games?
Yep.
Look at that. Oh, you also.
He's like, oh, look at that. How does this video help? Look, listen to the reaction.
We got the controllers. Oh, you got the games right here.
Oh, they got the games right here showing Nintendo games.
Look at that. Oh,
Look at that.
See Nintendo right here.
Yeah, he did chuckle.
But they still selling games right here.
Man. They still selling Mortal Kombat 11.
They still selling hey, a lot of these companies are still selling games, Xbox games.
Sparking Zero, okay. Sonic, okay. Got FIFA, okay.
They still selling physical copies of games. Look at this. Look at this. They still selling games out here. That's crazy. So they got the Nintendo Switch 2.
And they had the audacity to go back into Nintendo section. There's no Xbox games in the Nintendo section, bro.
That's not what I was going with.
Xbox section, but don't have it in the Nintendo section.
Yeah, he went to the Nintendo section to try to prove or try to show if there's any Xbox games in the Nintendo section. Why would Nintendo?
That's not what I was doing here. I wondered why the Nintendo Switch 2 games was in the Xbox section and not the Nintendo section. That's what I was doing. Because I had not seen no Nintendo Switch 2 section. I only saw a Nintendo Switch 1 section. So I was wondering, yo, how come the Nintendo Switch 2 games are not in the Nintendo section? Because this right here, the whole section is filled with nothing but Nintendo games. Nintendo Switch 1 games. So that's what I was trying to figure out here. So because Xbox had more space, because most of the games are digital anyway, they had to put the Nintendo Switch games somewhere. That's where I was going with this. It wasn't say, oh, there's Xbox games in the Nintendo Switch section. That's not what I was going with. If you had the critical thinking, you would know that.
Nintendo need Xbox games in their section. People are actually buying these games.
Look, I'm right here. They got no Nintendo Switch 2 section.
Yeah, the Nintendo 2 section was in the Xbox.
I only see Nintendo Switch games. That's crazy.
What is that? Switch.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on from this. So there's literally nothing else here. But I see there's one thing he did skip, because a lot of people was, they couldn't get the PS dick out their mouth. But here's one thing that he did skip. He was making fun of everything else, but here's one thing that he did skip. Just want to show you guys.
The microwave mashed potatoes and
Because I went to Walmart, okay,
corn and broccoli.
for lunch.
Yeah. This is
But okay, here's one thing that he skipped right here. That this person right here was bragging about console sales. Again, console sales. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that the PlayStation fanboy has. Is console sales and Twitter posts is the one thing that PlayStation fanboys play. From oh no, it's Alex. I gotta find that meme. But he saw this.
This is absolute crazy behavior. But
Yeah, he saw this right here when they was talking about console sales. I said this right here. All those console sales and a lot of those first-party games barely hit 5 million. He saw that, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to comment about that.
This is absolute crazy behavior. But it don't.
So like I said, man, the fact that a lot of us, because a lot of people from the PlayStation side, right? Because they want a PlayStation-centric or PlayStation-only gaming center, or let's say gaming community. Because these guys always want to brag about console sales. They want to brag about, oh, here's a game that you won't have until like a year later. Especially, you know, trying to make fun of PC guys when there's literally like tons of game. Like, bro, look at all these. Update later. Look at all these, you know, games I'm playing right now. I can care less about those PlayStation first-party IPs. But yeah, like I said, man. Like here's the thing, you got people like Porter Rock, like I said, Thrash. You got people like J-Dub, J-Tech, a whole bunch of other PlayStation fanboy tweets or channels that just went along with this Reddit post to try to get clicks and views, right? Because it's the thing. It's not the fact. It's the fact that you guys are doing this for clicks, and you guys are believing that this post, James Lucas, that he got from alleged staff, was gospel, right? Because especially, even from other fanboys like AGN, who was more of a Nintendo guy, he's saying, oh, I'm telling y'all the writing was on the wall. But when you have Target and Walmart saying like, no, we're not pulling anything out right now. We're not doing that. Or you guys saying like, oh, Xbox is pulling away from the UK. They're still selling Xbox consoles in the UK right now as we speak. You guys went along with that. And you guys are also continuously spreading this lie that, oh, they're not making any more hardware. You know, you got people like Dreamcast guy or Reforged Gaming trying to get a gotcha, but they're using a Reddit post or an article that's using Reddit as a reliable source from alleged staff. It's not it's the fact that you guys are using that to console war and say, yeah, yay, yippee, Xbox is finally going away. This is what a lot of you guys do not understand. If it wasn't for you guys, like you PlayStation fanboy channels being like this is why SOC content creators will never stop having content. Because a lot of you guys are acting like this, taking a Reddit post as gospel. And then when some people actually went to a Walmart, maybe on a lunch break, or to prove you wrong, like your boy J-Tech did, because J-Tech also was at Walmart, they were still selling consoles and games there. When people who did some actual, journalism somewhat, y'all getting mad. Y'all think it's a gotcha. Like, but come on, man. Come on. Like, unless you PlayStation fanboys, y'all channels, like, take back this lie that you guys keep on sprouting to get some brownie points or to get some views for a buck. Guess what? You got channels out there like VG Fight School, Dirt Griggity, or Big Cloud Gaming that's trying to tell a lot of PlayStation fanboys, yo, PlayStation is going the same route as Xbox is. Unless you guys come out with this, yo, okay, we was lying here, we was just trying to get a rise out of people. Unless you guys actually do that, there's going to be multiple people that continue to make videos and to make comments about you guys, about how you guys are purposely lying just for clicks and views. But until then, you guys do that, it's fair game. It's the internet, it happens. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. You guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.